nare guikelia mbabwate unabono jackets, school bags, mixed bags, hoodies, baby light, house towels, ebikorutu by'abana gwikabanta banene, curtains amone binde binge. Inyuri byonse niko bire asekerengo kya grade 1 kurachiza cha Canada, UK, USA amona China.
Hi everyone, my name is Abbas. I'm the only supplier for the orange label. It's from Canada and it's a really high quality. We bring hundreds of items in this label. We have purses, household, blouses, t-shirts, trousers, jeans at really affordable prices. And now you can get them from Omatefi in Kisii.
Boigo, nkorobara maigiryo guchasi bali batagete guchikokoro boncholia bwa mitumba.
Kwa majina naitwa Mama Tefi Mtumba. Yeyote yule mwenye huko nje na anatamani kuanza biashara la mtumba, ameshindwa anaanzaje? Usijiulize uko na pesa ngapi. Ile pesa yako kidogo uko nayo, iwe 5,000, iwe 6,000, karibu kwa Mama Tefi ili uweze kupata funzo na uanze biashara na ile pesa yako kidogo uko nayo.
Kwa majina naitwa Damakli Nyabonyi, ni muuzaji wa nguo za mitumba. Vile nilianza sikuwa najua vile nauza, lakini vile niliingia huko alinielezea vile naanza kuuza, ninaendelea vizuri na usaji wangu.
Niko kutoka Kisii Town Imperial Building ground floor opposite St. Jules Building. Asamange bakiri simya senamba enoti sana ibere sana ibere enoti sana isato eyemo isanemo enoti sano gose enoti sana ibere sana ibere isano isana ibere inye isana na isato isano. Niko kwigora matukonsi yeiki.
Mimi naitwa Monica Abedorongo abiroka aka mzigo kwa Mama Tefi obro mi kende de usa maber ibro yudo gi maber.
Mama Tefi mitumba obo koleli obuya bwa mitumba oligene.
Etaya TV Oborabu Wagusi.
Paratoma chumuligilia wetania jiskuru Chinsa Ibere ime yense ya Kenya. Nigo chia sikiruwe wo ikabono kubatakana na amangana ya gandrete kone kwasi jiskuru na kubateba Kenya moto kusikuru masewatanga unrest, riots na boigo arson, suspected arson attacks ase jiskuru na kubatanga jiskuru wetania amangana abiri chia sikiru asengencho ya oboturubano bwene kiwe korakana ase jiskuru echo na boigo amangana yemerero osogoi okoya osamba no koya bwe jiskuru echo keire management na boigo ne serikali ya tomere abana nka ase jiskuru ao elio emeroberinde emanye gosemeroberinde emakubwatia ekero esege ya Kenya gete oko nacha gose direction ya serikali na neliga eko obukuria obutukubalera asaboti Jumatano takichiga ikomimutinyi oka 5 na limo mwaka wa 2025 nomo nigo tobuche gosanga igoro yari yagendete ase jiskuru tumanyenga niki gekwirira agokorekana nasikia agokorekana mbarabia baiga obwateranedi na mangana ibuna agokorekana na nikige angagia agokorekana video bokeania ebikore ubunebyo mwancho muri nasengecho yego nigo mubwate omo peer counselor na boigo oyo ubwate obumanyi igoro ya mangana yoko lingolia aba kotutebyali bijya ligakomera kurukona Jacqueline Mireri na yona kumanyana nigo ale peer counselor elinde kotutebyole. All right, karibu sana sa studio madam na mbiyemo nasengecho yugocha kwago elio tukwalele ngane yiga ase obo akarenga nikigende tasi chiskuru chito na asengecho nabirabe na umuntu okora lero nilitanganya okora omutebilite ya watu tayenga nikyo okora alafu ili opening remarks otutebinga what you make of the whole situation again that's chiskuru chito.
Asante Moses. Aye oria ondigereretie umwanchi umorigereria na kwariganirie magorowe yabono iga samari tankoro ku Jacqueline Mireri inche igonde umurwanereri
bwa baria batari konyara kwirwanirira ase gesongo tokorokanga human rights defender
okwegera bari bwa
mwanya bantu ya nagwetania bwo igonde counselor ere focused on peer counseling and of course ngokorande counseling across generally igonde rokenga mental health specialist gwetania iyo inche no muibori na ndi nigonde umutenenerie asamangana ya masomo ase viwango ao because igongo focus on skill development. Yes.
Now Madam Jacqueline Mireri, Nkiyokobeka out of the whole situation, Nkigega director Mose ya Kenya, over 200 schools chasi kiruguru ya amangana yo gosambwa na unrest ase chiskuru chi.
Chiskuru cha sambirwe, abana ba chireka, there is a lot of unrest across the nation. Bono iga, okorora kwane, buna na chire gusangamo na inwe nkoringa tuabeire toko ruterana blame eri bagatoko bora ninga inkikegenderete na ninga kitubwente ko bya address.
All right.
In a nutshell, there is enkwana ya rero bono magoroba igonta gete ko demystify egento tokorokanga the unrest.
All right.
Yes. Igonta ete tochiko kerigereria from a whole different perspective. Not from the side of blame, not from the side of ingole what, but in that kerigereri na nutshell nga ekegionsi pininki nanda nga itole nanda nkikegenderete.
All right.
Tinda itiko preempt a whole discussion on that.
All right. So tonight is not about so tukubale rasenkwana yeto talinga no koruterana nga oyoko mochiwaningo. It's about to understanding ani kigenderete na boy kokonyo warakero kende a solution nga angani kiyakolekana so that kokeanie bikorwa binebiga.
Exactly.
All right. Mancho buligere na bakobo ya mobo ase omurubirio oito bobo tuko obwarero Oroboti Jumatano Chinsa Ibere asosangana itwe asenchira imetandao ya Facebook, YouTube na boigo TikTok @eta.tv ncheko kwa Joseph Mose na boigo ni gotokubatrana ne timu ngima kone kyanga Oroboti Jumatano Chinsa Ibere rwaguikeire asenchira yobo ikiranu na tutaragendera kucia gukwana enkwana igoro yali agendeta se chiskuru chitumense ya Kenya nigo ngukwaligania turakomanyia alia abireka gukoreka kura chinkonko au chinse na bunariganiwa na basaki baito ba mangana amaye eri tumakwirana tumago sangana Madam Jacqueline Mireri igoro yenkwana elia yetu butukubalero. Alright, mwanchumuli yetu cha kuroimeye county ya Kisii ase abamenyibe bunge ya South Mugirango nigo bagokeire emirimo ya magenderero yechipara ayo agenderete konekiwa na serikali ya county ya Kisii nseyo buraibu ya mugavana Paul Simpa Arati bakwana Eta TV nigo abamenyi abo barokirie omogokobo na gwakambiye mono ase chipara asekeria bagotebuna nigo chira chikoba ororoberia obo sombi chibare cyo nigo chiaba chandira sege kigetambe na bono nigo banyodro mweso omonene asensemo eyo omo sakito Wycliffe Orenge na Oroboti Rwa ase agotogoro Oroboti Jumatano butukubalero.
Abamenyi abo bensemo yebunge ya South Mugirango anene kigema bali bakurwa ase kanyoro kya mogenda eward chitago barabu nigo bakire bunambu yabono kya serikali ya county ya Kisii inse oburaibu ayo mugabana Paul Simbarati semerubiria yemia yokoroisia chibara imi county ya Kisii eliko bororoberia obosombi
noito Simbarati na bakirambu yamono sogo cha kutunyira chitago barabu gira mali epara ya kabere yere kurwe skuru mpaka Kenuchi
Again, Tumurato Koreki and Turaitabe, a Karochi Pare, Gia, the Muranija, Veku, Moromubia, about Tomato Navako, Munabono, Iga, Abangina, Nova, in Wekaba, Ruaride, my Nepito Koria, Ruria Monte Gocha. Acoreta, I could make you monkeys and ego, Mabodi. Yava and Tova Minto, to Angela and Nebitavios via Gira, and they call him Memia. Karibia tokorena mutore maya ya Simba ra.
Muyama na igure oma koma nene korore Simba wanyika. Kono etale tro bora buga.
Nigo bate babuna aseke getambe nigo babere bago chandika muno asoba sombi bwabo. Kyagera kibara kyabo nigo kire chimbe kitali gweteka nakiki masebale ekyagera emiremo yabe menene niyo kulima ebimeri mu Masai nakubirenta elikonya elinde benyorere ngera yabo.
Unaona matoka nega kongeta mogondo epara ge borete gari ekuoyeria ebinte binge bitiere te mama wana nduane tiango ko maiga gento ebese borango montagoro ko cha ko irusente biane mogondo ange chibe sangore kirato
Ne to konya te binte binge ekiagera to kore Masai twarusie ndagera Masai twaikia oborwaire bwachire ekiagera kanyanto bwatie pare go to konya kubuya munde pare yari metu
omokonyi bo mugavana Elijah Bebo yoko letaro yoko rutota magendera yo agendreta ward au imia South Mugirango igati yabo ward yabo ikanga ugetenga amone chitakorabu nigate babuna emirime yoni yagendreta buya kuruhira buna kibara kyonsi nigo kiracha koroisigwa buya elinde cheteke na kororobelia abamenyo basombi
minto ba South Mugirango chitago burabu ward igo twaikaga iga mambieye gochekia magendera chipara uno musike Paul Simbari arati alieteira twachire koramna chigenda korosigwa twesa nigenga chipara chigenda korosigwa igo chire buya estana dierengia na korenga no kukanibwa serikali ochikoro sikujibwenere chikonya abantu baito asoko sobokoreri bwakera lituko chigali chiete buya none chipikipiki chiete buya igo toreri atekega yakwenda bakera mani nere gente kokorwere bono iga irinde nyale kogwenera magega yaye ntolenta morom Toyota che na yobeke buya kwa niaba ya mheshimiwa Paul Simbarati yonkari ko bamanyinga twaeta na nilange Kisi county yonse tuko twachakete bobasi yonse bobasi bwarogoro na bwachache igasimbuyere tukana bomachoke borabu bomachoke chache igasimbuyere twaikire yara sako South Mugirango igasega ntiko babuya ngo mambe twanganyire twachire korosi kinse mochinde kitagete korosi toko kora chipa iki tokorosi kiabono tumanye koirana naende tubaigorere chipara kiri mwate bachigurwa makori ere buya gosere ere buya gasingo kore kanere tuko ground na mbele iko sawa asante
kubotekana no banene be ward yechitago brabu nigo kubolia kwa rwegwa buna bamentwe kilomita 10 elinde abange baikerwe linde kogokera emireme ya magenderero
ward ye ne ward yetenene Kisi county ngima nere tangane no manyete asante sana na gusabire na kubwatire chindaru utosabire gavana atomende kilomita na 10 ewoti yenene na tura yanyara guisanikia abana inchi baito gaiga
yingo reporteria Etaya TV kuromogenda ensemo yebunge ya South Mugirango county ya Kisi reteriane Wycliffe Orenge.
Alright, kurwase bunge ya South Mugirango turane ime ye bunge ya Nyaribari chache University ya Kisi nigo yachagete gikaro kia gatatu igoro ya mangana yobotuki elituko liegoro asama tukatatu eliogo sanga na babwatani kurwachi University au ensengima ukwanda igoro yechinchera chioko bwaterana gukora obotuki urakonye emechando au ebwateranitie mwenye bantu kora umuroberi yo no mokonyi wo Chancellor Professor Nathan Ogech uyo osangana bariki igoro yigekarekyo ase alirira yogucha kogendera gukora ebikaro buna ebiyamatuko alebosyo Oroboti Rwa Jumatano Eric Mawe
na somoroberi ogwentunda ya gatatu bwa korobotukiyo yomanyekene mna multidisciplinary conference yobago kubalenta obwatani ao ase University ya Kisi oyobokora wano mo vice chancellor bwa university yo Professor Nathan Ogechi asikirenga kyo goikira makong ao ayagendete ko babwatirani mwanyabanto.
All is in relation to inclusivity and borderlessness in getting solutions to global problems with a focus on health. On health doesn't mean that we are talking about medicine. It means that we are dealing with all disciplines that will contribute to the health of the globe.
gaukwana kereke Professor Ogechi ni gatebire mnango itira soko bwatirana mona babwatani ao nabo igo bakaukwanira igoro y'omorobiri omoya bw'ikisemi CBE nabo iga artificial intelligence asoko konya goikyo moerio amakongu ao.
What is coming out very importantly from the beginning is the role that this institution and others are going to play, especially in the world of artificial intelligence and in the world of competence-based education in this country and beyond. What is it that we are going to do to ensure that everything goes on? And in particular with the technological developments, we are talking about a situation where we are not just teaching people for knowledge, to gain knowledge for knowledge's sake, but for purposes of getting competence, for purposes of performing when they get out, and for purposes of being adaptable to whichever developments that are coming in.
Ogechi no nyana boni gatebirwo na gwetera soko bwatira nabo bwatani ao ni gukora jigo ikyo moeria makungu ao asabona atebirwo na mange ni gabonete goikiranigwa na soko nyora chilabu chinyinge asoko korero botukiobo.
What goes on is, if universities are talking about problems with research, it means when we are remaining selfish. If we work collaboratively and in a partnering manner, it is possible to get our partners within the country, across universities, and even outside. That does not mean that there are no challenges, particularly when you are dealing with the equipment for research, especially in the natural sciences, where you need labs, where you need serious reagents. If you don't have good labs, it is possible to do research and come up with findings that are not doing well. So the main thing for us is, as universities, we invest in good labs.
Okwanera marwere ao gati ya Ebola ubabiro kugosererio kwa na Chinsemo ao Ogechi ni gatebire bunani go babwatani ao abonete go chamo na gosange birengererio anane byombe biria byo goikiranyo botukia Chinsemo ao bonenchire ya moyo goikyo chando iyo omoerio.
We want to tell you this, it's not just universities that deal with the research that will get solutions for some of these diseases. It is also working with other research institutions. For example, I've mentioned the Kenya Medical Research Institute, which focuses on research in the health sciences area. If we work together and with our collaborators who have better equipment, we should be able to get there. So there is a response, but as we said, some of these things keep on evolving.
Kwa reporter ya TV kuroigase University ya Kisii nchini Gonkoro kwa Eric Maube.
Oboba nigo bogendete kwenekiwa asinka eye mochinsemo cha Mandera ogembo ebunge abo machoge chache maga y'umusaraba uyo obegetu asembera yo mwako uyo netugwe lituko usuyo netugwe lituko ligoro utoke mamberero ko bekire epara ensemo kilomita eye mukuru asinka eyo musaraba uyo nigo rusuwa asenseme yo no mo sacerdote we parish ya ogembo Father Geoffrey Onsare na kujira sekerisia kio kia ogembo chingaki arura matuko emerongene ochase oyikanite kole kio wesokia asugusaba amabera konela sonyanja namange
Imambia lerase kinyoro kia Mandera ogembo ewodi yabo chitendere bunge yabo machoge chache kaunti ya Kisii asaba mate benkijiga babo kano mwichano nabo igoboba magayo konyoro musalabu yoba tindikire tomugaka bwenkijiga ritukure igoro gotukutire parense mo ya highway ogembo
itukure igoro twanya ritukoya ni umukristo ito Richard Oyaro mokua nabono mambi kerana kodre misa na nyoro umukristo go ntebinga father musaraba bu Oyaro so bige twase embera twabo kamambi twanya toyo na keigo twanyora togote unga oyore paro tugutire bware irio na kumia sana nga na tuikere ga na mugusi
alingi saa 12:40 ga anyarango akiresi nga umusaraba tatu minu oyitwene tigoro otokire parense moiga namyoka na ikororo nanyara neke umusaraba na koreteki ore gabo
umusaraba yokorora masaba na wigemisa mono mufata we parish ya ogembo Father Geoffrey Onsare ni gaina na matuka merongene yogo itia kwa bali baikiranitie gakorekyo chinga kumusaraba yo irwa sekanisa no mufado yo
twanyu sabira nanda senjo banyu rusete umusaraba no yo kelisia na kyamubekere taso busubwaye bono ulyo nyusumoro na nyurusi onanyo leta ase kanisa kurbono mpaka matuko 40 na abaire baitie bachicha asende bante bubisi na nintu twakoreta amang'ana aya tonyare tukubasonsora
twaikapara abo twanyana ore chinguru chia tobora twamanga chinguru chito mfato ora tokonye kiara nero mutindegete twarangiri fata musabeye okoiro musaraba utuko ogetige kanisa
fata na tebanga baira 40 days erinde bainde bangame
chinga kibane kiri no kungusanana nabo gutaigwanana nigo gutanyarite kwa bagokone kigwano ndo bwensi chinga kichokorobira matanga yo mugakoyo engana genderete kubaichania nikikirire tugikore ikikunyara kwa bakigokorekana
ndungana tumete no murembe ndugwatibitire na muntu maito sinyine ngankikia inde chinye ntekere nkikia ringi
lakini sofa ekitokorra ngelinga ogochaya se dini yeito na boigo kubuki na ndamagombe natema kuraburinga kungusana konde nkwarenko kyagara tatebe ngonya nase akoeni gonyo kungusana koro especially kera chinyomba chire ibere gose isato wanyana nyomba getenete getomo gakoyo ani gwase nyomba yabo ebyonsi mbi yororo
musasiroti yo ni gaira isiri na koeni kabune bikoro ebibyokkosia ni gobyanyare ko bikone kigwasi nsemecho as chintunda chinyinge bono
age kole bunekega tarikero kigetangani byabero bigokorekana around igaiga ebingo byobo turuturu byoborogi bobe shetani ebikoro bigesunte inyangagwa njatuko bwango iga muringa murugoro gaiga na inde nyangagweye konyora ng'eitire gatobe kwa mache imekagunde gaika kabisa
ono konyora eriboti ng'a musaraba ochire toyo ono kora twaika twanyora musaraba toyo ono twakumia twanyora ng'a gokare maata aria sama bati mate buchaiwe ono no otoka
kuripotri gitasenigeta ya TV Nchen Cornelius Onyancha Mugusu.
Alright, mwancho mulgera turela sentunda gose ase ensemo ya kabere ye studio na buna natika gukomanya niko tole na Madam Jacqueline Mireri oyole pia counselor na boigo ole human rights defender gosomurwanire bwa obone bomanya bantu na boigo ogokonya asamangana yo gukora pia counseling ekero twarenge behind the scenes igare gonte binga ase scale ya 1 to 10 kwegerera ari kigusikia kebeno 6 gabu just above average eri no mwancho muligiria onyare gustunyare komanya burunge ngani kigende tase chiskuru cheito nkikiga gikwirira chiskuru chigosambwa na nikikiga gikwirira gente kiga kigusam gusige kwene sana buno muliro bwatire linani go karibu sana mwancho muligiria na sangani twasensema Facebook na YouTube @eta TV si Facebook bo bana bakonyora nga Joseph Mose na boigo @Jacqueline Mireri on your social media. Yes. All right. Now, ekero nako tebiriri tangani tutarande break yo konyora mangana maya in your opening statement ngokuwa na igento tuko witness nigo kere ndatebe ekeorokereri tu kibinte binge sana bie bisetime so ase faida yo mancho mulgeria ekertuko chake nkwana yetu what are we witnessing really ngeke gatoganda tokoshudia
Generally we are just calling it unrest. But what is this unrest?
Unrest ninki
Ikingen to kieke
obo turuban.
Yes, obo turuban obo tigancha ke by explaining briefly nga isko gaiga chinkwana igochire tubate chinkwana awa otegarere the we aba ibori bagukwana iko ba aba ibori go bakumetie majority aba ibori bakumetinga abana abankieke and locally gaiga karogo eta ete chiparo ete wherever go konyora bagukasinga nkieka abana bagutuchandira iga bana amba maite muna tuchandigete and you know stuff like that. Gogenda abarimu and institutions na barabu the same. They are like indiscipline. They are actually calling it indiscipline.
All right.
Yes. But bono ekerongo kerigeri critically from where I sit. That is why I define the way I defined it, and I want to repeat. Let me use it the English language. I am saying This is a symptomatic behavior that is witnessed, that is institutional, that is social, that is psychological.
All right.
Yeah. It likely could lead into a generational revolution.
All right.
Yes.
Ekarongo tema ko mukalimani wasomo ncholia iko tebanga this is
behavior, it is symptomatic, like what we are witnessing are just symptoms. Yenga buna lidio bwa to borwaire
biorokererio so there's a again to create underlying
challenge. Yes, when at the corrigereri na never addressed.
All right.
That is what we need to look into. Tigana nebinde bingo molero gosambu. These are just symptoms of
all right.
So ekini is what we really need to understand. And then akebekanga it institutional, gekaba social, in summary na gekaba psychological. Yes.
Kebirengererio na se ogokora. All right. I think they can find their way.
Yes.
Kere social, psychological,
and
institutional.
Yes. Yeah.
Are we able kumanya this underlying factor again because what I make of the situation of what you're speaking is again totoro chegora na tutebenaga manyinga kurwa lakini ntuma etirio tenga ngairibere.
Sure. So ekera toko analyze totebe basically today nataka to change the subject kidogo togende deeper into what exactly is this.
What exactly is this in that case?
And ekero nageteba igo totaragenda deeper into what it is. This, whatever it is we are witnessing, is calling for collective responsibility. Collective because all stakeholders. Let's talk about even in the education sector, Yoka. The stakeholders, the parents, the learners, abalimu, and even the government.
Yes. The community at large.
The community. So, ekerotoko ge address, address in a manner that is not just in terms of koirania discipline, but also could strengthen the welfare abanaba. Yes, to support and strengthen their welfare. Yeah, because right now and you know I'm seeing a lot of threats. They'll be dealt with. They'll be what. And somebody thinks like that will solve the problem.
All right.
So once we get to understand today, I want to believe from this conversation today, most of us are going to understand this thing differently.
All right.
Yes.
Inki kaendreta samongo yaba abasaya babake abanafunzi aba when all this is coming, what is back in their minds? Inki kaendreta
actually back in their minds, majority of them think that they are really so on track because they feel like they have done something. Yes.
Tumekafanya.
Tumefanya, tuko sawa. They can't see a problem. Kulingana na barabwa, they can't see a problem. Naroje yesterday umwana okwanete bintu kete social media. Nzae tunakuja. Food mingi nini kidogo akaira na the same person akaira na akachiwa apologize, and I saw what happened. And tongo mataibalinga ayaya oyo they apologize ayaya police you apologize. But you see, I could tell, and everybody could tell him mwana oyo gate abigonga ki koraiga, but deep inside of them I don't think, because you see there is that let me now make you understand why they think they haven't done. Intagete go back to what we call evolution. Mate evolution ya mwanya wantu.
Yes, ugo nchoreria.
Tukaonchoreria, you know, has history has it. Tukaruga, tugachaga,
tugaika kwa abantu bon.
Yes.
All right.
Na kurutu igite kwa abantu, evolution didn't stop. We are evolving every day.
Okay.
Generation to generation, we are evolving. Tarikare monoiga, we are the generation yarenge tegemete what we can call agriculture. Aba igori bai sokoro chitu kuchialia. Aba maetenga aiwanzoro muremi weni na mambo yote. As in sasa ukifika hapo umefika. Na yore, you know, up to date. Tuamanye na korua hapo tuachire a next generation ya industrial.
Okay.
Ekerore waikire like, you know,
manufacturing,
machinery, you know, these things like wewe uko sawa. Yeah? Generation kitore wana. If you can guess.
Generation terinari gaya abakweruka Gen Z.
No. Yekoro tech.
Tech.
It is tech.
All right. Tuaruri industrial.
Yes, tumekuja
tech. Tuachire
tech.
tech.
Techno.
Mangana technology.
Yes. A generation ya technology yetore ichagete tubuatira ni Gen Z na Gen Alpha together. It is a whole different generation.
All right.
For us to be able to appreciate this conversation, first of all, we must agree that this is a whole different generation.
Okay.
Their reasoning, their actions, everything is different. Yeah? So, and now that is one is actually the big difference you get. The older generation, the new generation, there is this gap.
All right.
Gap we field. And because a gap we enter field, this void witness. That is why the word is given. It is actually a generational gap.
All right.
Yes.
Lakini madam, you know, on social media, abantu rutabara mangana gaigana alia. You know, bantu koteba bale, koteba rero tutai koteba it's in discipline was saying it's all about understanding that no generation. Lakini what my gato what millennials. I believe you are millennial. Even tumbire ngakyo ko liken. Also compare na contrast what's happening now na enkaki ya millennial bono because talikale buno wata talikale ekero omwana alinge responsibility ya kero muntu not necessarily nganta to mino konyora gwa kebuko anybody as a community na bao konyora magoso ago discipline na ande to kwenda kwa masora asengenjo equally no magoso imokoleteke ole what changed?
Exactly what I've been talking about. Generational change. This, you know, we grew up in a community, owned by the community. We grew up communally, like in Cheno mwana bwe kenyoro. Ingo toka na magoso ga igatali mama tali tatu gocha. Onde bwenzi okonyora ga ko esa gocha.
Elder, monto monena sori.
Sawa. Ono igano ete gali nyoro mwana no nyenu mwana ugo kole mekono para bwe mekono boli elinda nyari gukwana no kwana na no gukwana
toko mukwana. So are we going to let it loose because in a generational change toko experience?
The question is not whether we are going to let it loose. The question is that is where we are.
That's what I mean. Are
we going to? We are already there.
We are there.
So because I said today I am not discussing blame, of course we'll touch on it. We can only touch on the failures.
Okay.
I can mention that we failed in twankwanira omugusi kiagira na omugusi tugukwanira bono intu na omugusi intu agwete riri twatigete a culture yeito y'omugusi tuga adapt a culture engao.
All right.
We became westernized and we thought that is an achievement. Our culture njabwate principles inchare ngororo ngaki abana bago kini ku ngaki bago sombigwa aba mago korombare ngororo, and such kind of a setup. And what we are discussing bono iga ebitogo kora for peer counseling aso mugusigo byare gokorwa na magokoro and all those things. Omoeresa ngabu na yogo kini nyaruka niga. Those things are no longer there. That is where the rain started beating us.
All right.
So bono iga we cannot discuss a question whatever. Do we let it? We let it go a long time. It is gone. We can't bring it back. Another example is administratively in institutions. I mean, because of the same thing, we said no. Nowadays, the rights, isn't it? Subjecting them to pain does not solve that problem, which is a fact. And we said, no, we have better ways of disciplining them. Isn't it? Do you think right now,
because
exactly. So what I'm saying, that is evolution. Once to a rural stage, we can never go back.
All right.
We can only agree how we are moving forward. We can only look at who is left behind, who needs to catch up with the rest. One body is which I need to answer. The differences in generation. What was your thinking of an achievement? Some and during our time, achievement meant when you'll get a good job, and you get your money, you become wealthy, and all those things. Do you believe those things don't apply to this generation?
So barabu achievement.
By the way, their definition of achievement is different.
How so?
Because for us, we were thinking it is wealth, and Let me give you a small comparison in terms of what the achievement is and what ours is. While we are thinking of high-paying jobs, this other generation is thinking of purposeful work. And you think you've achieved. This generation will tell you, I want to work for a purpose. I want purposeful work. I want to have an impact. I want to create an impact. That is how they think. They are not thinking the much money you are thinking about. And another example, when we are looking for status and titles and external acknowledgement, this generation is looking at personal fulfillment.
All right.
And that is why we are not aligning.
All right.
That way, this way. There is a gap. Yes.
All right. Now, whatever stakeholders mbaro bali involved. Ekero tukwanira mangana yichiseme. Tukwanira mwanafunzi, tukwanire umuibuli, tukwane a community, tukwane serikali, tukwane n'umwalimu. What is the missing link in between stakeholders? Because clearly, enyororo ni asenali bichukete. Does it mean
once we appreciate, I don't know if I've really put it in a manner that somebody will understand. Once we appreciate that we are handling a generation, this tech generation is a generation that is ahead of us. Fact. Yes. So ekerobara ahead of us, and we are discussing evolution. It is not them that we can pull behind. It is us to run the way gere. That is why about the generation yane, you will find me but I'm still struggling to learn. Why? I am having a class now at my age. Why? So then I can be able to catch up.
Okay.
You cannot drag them behind. And that is where we differ, because we want them to reason like us. Them, they want to be themselves.
All right.
Yes. And I want to give you an example. That is why I can wake up. This is very practical. I'm being very, very, very practical on things that happen in our families. I can wake up. We are going for a function. Very official, very kiango. Mahamanyira watebi umwana ngabono. Nchu sengo genda twale nge function. Umwana. Umwana gakusyoka kurugari. Igabe gete rongi nge yasukuro yae. Irongi ruchiga.
Ekolomba.
Muraso ime babiri muteni nande. I want to be very practical. Umwana nyaruka. Genda kagari risabu. Mwachire kororo magukoro. Kwa manya kanyoranga this water liriri ne magukoro akubeko chikotorere chae. Nali umwana avekire. Okukuminga mwana ga watevinga hizi ndio zina trend. What does that tell you? And by the way, tokunyara ko barusi gapo.
All right.
If you want, the only thing you can do is to discuss with them, make them understand why at that time that is not allowed, that will not happen. Now, that is taking me back to communication. How do we communicate to these people who have a different reasoning from us? Very important. Into a Bible, you go communicate, bago tumia oroe, ba tumia keburugo, ba tumia so many things. That was communication.
Abako machono ane
tu aliye tu baka na maino.
Yes.
But you time akoli umwana na ma, uyo ngokoli na maino wana. You'll be sued.
Actually, no nebyo mbembiro bikoligeli nga obwene bw'abantu.
Sindio. You will be sued. You can't do that. And that is why I began by saying the rain started beating us when we tuatigete our own values.
All right.
Tukachaka kobogolie bintu tuaroje which we thought were. You get it?
All right.
Yes.
Now, chi value chiga whatever nga we are not karo tuasukire mbosio ntoko nyara koira na magega. Lakini do we need to go back to our ways, back to the roots, you know? Because again, tobuna okwegeriwa asomugusi na bwata chinjiro cha ale kwegeri abantu. Lero nonye na abana mbali kwenda abababa. Uso mwana endeli sabu au merana babo mwaba motebieke because again tonkere sa joja kwana juzi kero bare koromurubelyo agatebanga nonye no busambe nyumba. The fact that inga kwabekire nyumba umuriro nibwate chitangute nibwate chimuma chiaye. Do we need to go back, you know, abantu bastebe with these things because now what anga ne generational shift abora nyolenga mwana tama itinga kusogo sambe nyumba regardless inga insababu kia koraki yairera.
And you see again that now makes me shift a bit to the subject that I didn't even want to discuss.
All right.
Blame.
Yes.
But let me not use the word blame, but let me identify.
Okay.
Identifying the gaps. It is not their fault that they don't know these things. Indeed, some don't know. It is our fault as parents for failing to let them know.
All right.
So when you go back to school, the language changes. Somebody will tell you, this is a learning institution. To give them knowledge. Isn't it? These are the things.
For example,
but because I also wear so many hats, I would look at it this way. Ogokina kwa mwana is actually a responsibility of society.
As a whole.
Yes. It really doesn't mean like it was during our time, but society plays a very key role. Omwana oyo, one, amatukalenga abana balero bakoba n'abayuli.
Amakasana.
Amatukalenga omwana akurikwaya kumanya values. It takes almost a lifetime because
yes.
it's a continuous process. Yes. So then, onyo mwana olenge no moiboli, for example, in 1 year, kwa vile no moiboli for, let's say,
holiday, 2 months combined.
Exactly. Not ever 100 days in an in. Are those, can we say that those ones are enough? Therefore, learning of these values and nurturing of responsible citizens is determined by our environment, and that's why I say society is responsible. Home, back home, you know, from the parents, that is the foundation. Of course, that has to be the foundation. The basic foundation is school. In school, we should not just focus on academics.
All right.
We should also focus on brewing or nurturing responsible citizens.
All right.
And one, that is where, because we in no particular order, let me just mention them. To where gaps are from our homes.
Yes.
Not fully though, because Bible in all the time.
Yeah.
But what I can advise is that the little time that no mwana, tema kobo moiboli, tema ko guide mwana. Okomo guide in at the back of your mind ko manyetenga omwana oyonko guide no mwana we generation yen. How you cannot guide them the same way we were guided.
All right.
Yes. Toko irana back to school. Now I am going to answer something. Why this specific or why this symptomatic behavior? Why at this time?
All right. Why now?
Why now? When you look at the academic calendar, you realize that this second term is a very critical term. Yet, that is when pressure is highest, pressure for performance. And what do I mean by pressure for performance? Abana go back kuboka very early, as early as 4. Barara as late as 11 p.m. So,
pressure.
Abana are at a developmental stage. Chinsa echi abana barara. Inchire really what kobakonya as they develop? Of course, no. Number 2, what are the effects of not having enough sleep?
Okay.
That is when we hear of burnout. No, and I am on what happens? Concentration goes down. The kids will be in class, but they will not be able to.
Right.
And you know the long sitting tia class, considering what do you expect of such a person? Emotional stress. Yeah, and so many. And these are the things, in that state, yeah, no mental clarity,
terrible wrong. All right.
So this pressure, so far, Abanaba, as human beings, they start thinking, how do we contain this? Just like when you have your headache or you have some discomfort, you want to get something to ease the pain. Yeah, and this is the moment they get their therapists, whoever they are. We have such kind of drugs that can ease all this. That is how they get into drug and substance abuse.
All right.
Yes. A school will complain headache. Why? These are the factors.
Okay. Now, wakwani kura mangana mental kidogo, are we able koranga umwana oyo talibia possibly ngakiora indicating umwana onali frustrated because frustration enere kuchikorete disruptive behavior. So are we able to notice say stakeholders baise kobanga mbale bokomanya osimbale no kugania gokomanya mbale bokomanya ng'umwana oyo talibia, you know, because one about one expecting a problem na vera toke because mwana utali in the right state was no wasi umutunga watitega gosoma.
In most cases, I would say in an environment, for example, in school, like for instance, a class teacher should be able to note any change in behavior because it's just behavior that will change. Depending on what the teacher wants to achieve with this learner, they will either address the issue or not address it. And most of the time, our definition of achievement versus their definition.
Totally different.
All we tell them, by the way, talk to your learners, cancel them, I don't know, do what to them. Do you know the kind of conversations some parents are having? Like I want to tell you, I was so shocked. 2 days later, on the wall, on every Jackie, kindly talk to the class teacher if we can have online classes. And I felt like, what? So, does this parent really understand why they are at home?
They understand it.
They understand it. And that's why I began, like, once we understand where the problem is, we will have the right conversations.
All right. Now, on a lighter note, just facing it.
Now, example, but I was to answer the question.
All right.
I just gave an example. Like, generally, to address Yavana, let me just say generally. Even when you take a moment to advise your man, the kind of discussions on them, you know, this is what you need to do, you get an A. This is what you need, you get an A. Then grading.
It's all about grading.
We are so focused on that to an extent that we forget that we are supposed to raise them, nurture them responsibly, to be responsible.
Study academics.
So we don't have these other conversations. We are only discussing academics. And because when they are coming home, they are also sent home with assignments and everything. The first thing, homework. Goodness. These are human beings. You know, even when you look at the calendar, what the time for holidays. What is supposed to happen during the holidays? So, by being given assignments even a minute to so by the time they're even finishing the holiday, Barakora those assignments. So, was there a holiday there?
Not really.
I want to give up. I'm forgetting. Example here. Obogori musigo one wheelbarrow. Ogosugumaiga. Oikonyore getiro. E wheelbarrow yangire. Kyogora.
Okobeka ireko. Tokobogori.
Okobeka. Turikobeka ireko. Sigo bwe wheelbarrow tokobeka ireko. Iko yo sugumo yo tiri. But bono goikire sege tiro kwa nyori renga turikonyara gutira. All you do, you go kuira na magega. Kero kuira ni magega sare bit flat, then you start again. That is why they come home.
Okay.
That is why they come home. Egetiru keriko nigia chakire bairane, patimo kake na hende bachake. When they rest and start afresh, they are actually better people than the kind of people we are called. You know,
All right.
Yes.
Now, by the way, ekro tuwabeka posta ngango chole. One of the comments was a sentiment in Chiringa. Do we now bono niko toko tikana amangana boarding schools because nima tengwa the area on toko shughulika conflict lakini if conflict inerega abana bekero balenka paise ko banga boarding school teyo amangana riskana make lakini nare kero bale boarding schools pressure ni nyingi talk about this boarding and day school thing as a peer counselor from where you sit now.
I do not have a big issue with boarding schools if only everything is done right.
Okay.
And what I mean by everything being done right is what are these challenges that the learners face in boarding schools? We have poor sanitation. Abaiboli toko genda chi school rekara toko genda visiting days toko chiko korora abana baito. Usually we are restricted on which areas to wake. Why? To be very honest, most boarding schools otari boronge to wanja mwana wa very boarding. On
a random notice,
yes.
Talinge kwa bangango
to wanja. No.
So abazingira mabe.
Mazingira narara mabe, and I'm not saying it's all institutions,
not all the schools,
but I'm saying some institutions, and these are some of the issues that the learners raise. Aya, chindagira. Yesterday I mentioned, naende umonto, somebody might take offense because in everything, some learning institutions have become enterprises. We are so focused on Ebiasara until we forget the purpose of the institution. So chindagira bana bakwaegwa. Either the quality is so low,
quantity and quality.
Quality and quantity, or both. When they have concerns, they want to raise, there is no room for voicing their concerns. Once in a while, if they got a room to voice them, whatever issues are not addressed.
Okay.
I found myself in a space where 3 weeks before the unrest, students were telling me that they raised concerns last term and they were supposed to have been addressed this term, and they were actually promised that they were going to be addressed. And they said, because our teacher is behaving in a manner that he's taking us for a ride, it is either he addresses them because we're human beings, or we address them.
Okay.
Then I was asking them, how do you think you're going to address that?
The best way they know how.
Your guess is as good as mine. And at that point, I got very concerned, and I'm trying to consult one, two, and I'm trying to share, like, there's a problem here.
Okay.
How can we discuss? You get it? Personally, I was not given a hearing. Then I confirmed that if I can be given a hearing, a hearing. That confirmed, because they were saying we are not being listened to. And let me just say, as I said, sometimes when they raise these concerns, a generation it will seek attention, and you can't blame them for that. Some of them are coming from a background where they even feel neglected. But lifestyle has shaped us, molded us in a manner that
all right.
So, they require that space. When it's not at home, they will find it elsewhere. Even in school.
Okay.
So now, I am not putting blame, but I'm trying to identify the gaps.
All right.
Yeah, from home, gaps in Chirororo. Yeah.
So
Maybe I'm only changing my language from blaming, but truth is, parental gaps in Chirororo.
All right.
And I don't actually blame some parents because I could say lifestyle iguchaya dictate. Omoibulionereras maso kachikuligeria bana aba.
Erinde bagenda
Egere babere school because pressure nkorwere school nga you have to clear your fees. No more for you to be able to clear your fees. You have to be on your toes.
Yes.
So it is. So we have to. It is not an issue of blame game. It is an issue of let's identify. Yes, here are the gaps, and then what next?
All right. Turigeria sibali batubwaretie chinsemo cha mitandao. By the way, Judy Makoria gotebanga ni wakati wa sports na teachers mko hapo, unaambia wanafunzi ni wakati wa mtihani. Is that an issue?
A big issue.
A big issue.
A very big issue.
All right. There has to be time chinga kichia keregent.
And especially, we are talking about mindset, preparedness. We are discussing an exam. An exam requires that you have to be present. I mean, psychologically present to do it. You had set your mind that you are going out for sports. So how do you again sit for that exam?
Sydney ya Kerari. Gotebanga shida ni kwamba mko shuleni, mko darasani mnasoma, lakini shule jirani wanafanya sports again. I think it's a matter of sports.
If that tells you something. That's why I said when there is this pressure that we discussed, we normally have to find ways of breaking or managing the pressure.
Right.
We manage it by breaking and having recreational moments. You get it? So part of that is entertainment, having entertainment or doing sports. That is how you break the monotony of that academic pressure.
All right.
Yes.
Andrew Sibori, we need to take good mental health care for our students. Mental health breakdown ni shida kubwa sana. Nkiura tabiguri hiki.
Absolutely correct. And let me tell you, subject not the subject, but a approach. It is the approach that we change.
Yes.
Truth of the matter is, mental health, I think I spoke it in the presser, is the number one challenge. And it is affecting everyone. It is affecting, let me begin from home. Everybody are victims. Abana bako ba brought in that environment. For example, omwana ko ba okorerwa in a toxic environment. Definitely you don't expect omwana uyabe boronge, mentally, psychologically, So, everybody akarba these problems. Chia trimboka chia endesa abana. Na abana they pick things differently. Yes. Some of the things that we may think are not issues are serious issues. Unaona issue yinakuwa na yendagera. Na ingo igunda abayibuli njara bako nyekwana. Yani by the way my heart bleeds. Okugo mwibiri abathanga. Kwani nendagera na gotomete school. Abande ga bakwera so bongi bakori. You get it? But honestly we cannot reason like that.
All right.
We know even back at home. Mwana ule njara there is no where else home. Alafu before you start arguing, I tell people before you start blaming these kids, have you even listened to their concerns? For instance, I was challenging my fellow PTA member. Honestly speaking, I have seen and I've noted that the level abana bako request for pocket money is extraordinarily, you know, different. No, that can be confirmed by even teachers. But the turnover is so high. It confirms that bana bambali kulindagira ya sukuru. So kumubolinga inubone kerumoko kanyagiege you are looking at it as a non-issue. Yet it is our obligation as parents to ensure that the learning environment for the learners is conducive. Or you're just, you know. So sometimes, honestly, they are ahead of us. When they raise issues, let's listen to them. And sometimes we may not address every issue, but once be compassionate enough, talk to them, but they're having this one, this one,
all right.
Yes.
Gratulate kuligile bali bagenda tuligile Emmanuel Nyabuto soro from Kisii sinda go tuned in. Barnabas ke basago tanga na watuligite kurwa Doha Qatar taya na Jose watching Sidi Nyakush, all right, out kurwa Ngeri Township. Alex Mauti kurwa Maro Kisii County. Judy Makori, Mamake Ruth, Brighton Makori, Negaligirete Bikundo Wesley and Mogoi. I agree with Madam Mireri, wacha watoto wasikizwe, lakini pia ni all right. Shida kubwa ni agotanga aba nsemo y'abarimu na barabu institution babone to kuruchinga kichingia abana goteke baba space ko air grievances. Yes. When they are one.
Yes.
All right. Lakini yo ngoletere bichakaro kende ngabono we cannot let you have your way because you are here to learn. It's not any weakness kotega mwanafunzi. Tere.
Again, don't get to chatweba. Abana batoko ile school, toko baira basome. And the part of the things they have learned is about their rights as learners. They have their rights. Kotegerero is a right, by the way. You don't do them a favor.
All right.
Yes. So, what you are able to address, address it. What you are unable to address, let them know that you are unable to address because of 1, 2, 3. What is wrong with that? All right. And some people think by listening to them, they feel like they are pulling themselves too low or they are stooping too low.
All right.
And which is not the case. Yes.
All right. As a SMS, baroro by the way, montona roboli ganar Hezbon. Aboli nga kirende message. All right. Nga kirenda abalimu bago build obwa matobia na abanafunzi. Asege chane counselor o matamangana yai. How do you build a conducive relationship kati ya abalimu na abanafunzi?
Very easy. It only begins with communication.
All right.
Effective communication. I was given a class. There is a kind of animosity between the class teacher and Havana. Then I tried to investigate. Ngayara abana bagondhenga ayo yinto guchiamo pi. Oyenjerago to ita korekananga igakubuguri mechando yabwa yonsi pio cho totole ringa pa.
All right.
All right. So I approached this teacher. Kamukwanira ngora igon kamotebia sometimes ndirogo tema gokore gento gete in good faith kwa realizing it is not working. So when you do something and you realize it's not working, you change your approach. Yeah. If you change your approach and you still realize it's not working, you assess yourself.
All right.
But you know, this teacher was very positive. Nampenda sana paka sai. Agantekerera sana nanda agantebinga. I am going to try that. And sincerely what he did, aka embrace communication.
All right.
When you want something done, I want 1, 2, 3 this way. And when they fail, because part of the reasons why when you've given an assignment and you don't get it right, you are beaten. Honestly, but in this age, I also ask myself, beating is simply inflicting pain. How does inflicting pain improve my thinking? You get it?
All right.
The teacher changed the approach.
All right.
I embrace communication. A few days later, I'm asking like, guys, how are you doing? We are doing very well. Mwalimu akoje, mkoje? Because I mean, it's my responsibility. And the boys told me, wow.
It's working.
Tuko pamoja.
All right.
And what that did, I started seeing academic improvement.
All right. Academic improvement. Yes. What's academic improvement, Madam Jacqueline? Kerogende system to alikutumeka ya maega. Yogo, ogo etama tem, yokonyora nevenga ne yarenga part of the problem, because now a system you got to what CBC like whatever okwa common to inflict the pain take let improvement there so long. Now the government just the other day introduced CBC, which means omwana oyo nabata aba good mathematician lakini nabako ba good sculpture. A system nero jalengo kora kerokende a problem in itself.
In itself, I wouldn't say it was a problem, but I cite a problem in the transition.
All right.
Transitioning from that curriculum to this one, I see gaps there.
Okay.
Because the where the line is drawn between this system and this system, you will see conflict.
Conflict in error.
Like now, senior secondary, those are now grade 10s. Vasoire into that high school. And then suddenly they realize their kind of learning is different from
totally different.
Yeah, that is conflict on my thought. They're like, come on, that is not the way. Yes. So when I mentioned the other day about outdated approaches of instruction or in the ways of instruction, that is what I meant. These are learners who already know that this is how things are done. Then they realize you are taking them a different direction. That's
so as a Barabu, you are the law now you see it. All right. But Jacqueline Mirel, as I enjoy Chinsa chia Tommy Crisana, mo director on event Maria Gochakre con Quanera Samatagon Tevinga, Tokore, Aso Obango Kigima. In all this, discipline levels, assessment ya discipline levels as chusukuru cheto imeyese ya Kenya, because these are a countrywide thing. Assessment yago ni really briefly and then omago chukuru parting shot badai.
The behavior as I described it and defined it, for me it does not settle at indiscipline. Indiscipline is a language we would want to use to cover ourselves.
Okay.
Yes. I will take you back to where we began. Now, the behavior itself, the symptoms now, somebody will consider them a level of indiscipline. But of course, there was a level of indiscipline to an extent that there is destruction of property and all this. It's a level of indiscipline because there are ways of addressing issues.
All right.
So, and that is why I said, what we are calling for now is not just to address the indiscipline, but to address the cause of this behavior.
All right.
Some of which are highlighted, some of which we haven't even been able to highlight, but whatever the underlying issues. And let me tell you something. Most of us know what the issues are.
Okay.
Yeah, but we shy away. And that is why
confront.
That is why there is a feeling. This is not my view as Jackie. When I shared this poster, I received a lot of whatever in my inbox. And someone said, and this is actually someone from a learning institution, told me that the discussions out here are not about indiscipline. The discussions here are about a systematic way or a collaboration between principals and probably somebody else to have a way of collecting revenue through what we could consider as property destroyed by the learners or damages by the learners.
Okay.
That is not my view. I am only saying
Allegedly.
what the feeling somewhere here is.
All right.
Whether that is true or it's not true, my call or my calling now is that let all the stakeholders sit down.
All right.
Let everybody take responsibility. Let's have a collective responsibility and ensure that we are addressing these issues. And as we address these issues, let's not forget that we are handling a totally different generation.
All right.
Yes.
A good way to wrap it there. I think engana yago yo mwelio, an advice you would give uchia somo wanafunzi okoligere tibono iga neliye.
To the learners watching, kiagira mwanafunzi ni matempa mate elugeyu. I would urge that you consider looking at yourself as a person. Look at your future. We're correct what we call self-assessment. Otuare self-awareness. Yao ayo mwenyene. I know the environment might be the way it is. Once you understand yourself, you will be able to deal with issues around you. Yes. And my last shot is that with the mental issues that we have, some of which parents and even teachers don't know about, and I'm talking to students, kindly never hesitate to seek for help.
Yeah,
Some of us, that is what we do.
All right.
And we actually do it voluntarily. I talk to students. That's why I say I'm a peer counselor and I'm a mentor. Once you have any challenges, approach me. I am easily available. And I also have institutions that they want us to have these conversations. I am open to these conversations. If you think that you can pick anything out of this kind of conversations as an institution or as an individual, I am available.
All right.
Yes.
Asante sana, madam. Nasenge nchiyogo cha kuago. Na in the interest of time, that's where we wrap it. Abuna tokolera asebono. Lakini kienge ncho nkelinga tuikaranse twensi una stakeholders. By the way, muibuli mwanafunzi institution use administration abubara balimu na okubwatana na bwensi wa community ngima abantu bonse pe baikaranse bachemeza basiki tugote ba common level of understanding ya issues chirichiroro.
Sorry to cut you, but you see the way you're putting it, learners and everybody. I am part of this other part of the stakeholders, and I know somebody will look at it like discuss.
Yeah.
That is how they reason, or that is how we reason. But the thing is,